So we've been working on a version of Bob Dylan's tune Don't Think Twice It's Alright. And in the last lesson we looked at how once you've established the basic picking pattern and adapted it for each of the different chords, you can begin to relax a little and start experimenting with using different bass notes to help the song flow along a little better. So far, I've encouraged you to make decisions mainly based on a trial and error approach, using your ears to decide which notes to use. But while this approach can be used to solve most musical problems eventually, I wanted today to give you a glimpse of how a little guitar music theory knowledge can help speed up this process and make it a little more streamlined. For example, in the first line of the second half of the song, we have a C chord changing to C7. This is a commonly used songwriter's device to herald a change up a fourth, in this case to the chord F at the beginning of the next line. It's something of a cliche, but this change from chord 1 up to chord 4 can often be enhanced by a bass run moving straight up the notes of the major scale of the 1 chord. In this case that's the scale of C major, the notes C, D, E, linking up to F, the root note of the next chord. And we might integrate that into our picking pattern, something like this. Viewed from the picking hand, that looks like this. Then in the second to last line we have another very commonly used change from chord 1 down to chord 6. That's C down to A minor in this case. Like the change from C to F, this invites a neat major scale based link, but this time descending down the scale. We think of this as note 8, 7, linking down to note 6. So that's C, B, A. And we can integrate that like this. Then in the very last line we have yet another very commonly used chord change from chord 5 to chord 1. In this case G to C. And for this there's yet another commonly used major scale based run, another ascending one this time. So that's from note 5 in the scale, G, through note 6, 7, back to note 8. So that's G, A, B, C. And we could integrate that like this. Here I'm outlining some very commonly used cliches. But if you listen to the great fingerstyle guitarists, they often use these very same cliches to help lend their style some solid consistency. As with all forms of creativity, finding that balance between the predictable and the less predictable is the key to creating an end result that will engage your audience. And a little theory knowledge can also help you introduce some ideas that are a little less obvious. For example, if you know the constituent notes of each chord that you use, this can help you find alternative fingerings that allows you to introduce bass notes that are perhaps less obvious. A good example of this is using the D chord. We normally think of a D as looking like this. And we almost always play it deliberately avoiding using the 6th string, because we learn early on that this string isn't part of the chord. However, when we play D, we have this note here held down at fret 2 on the top string, the note F sharp, and that quite clearly belongs to the chord, as we can hear. So why not hold down the 2nd fret on the 6th string, the bottom E string, to give us an F sharp there, and use that note as a bass note for the D chord. This helps us link nicely to the G in the 4th line of the song. And to the C in the 2nd to last line of the song. And you'll notice here I combine it with using the F root note on the 6th string as well. So we've got a See if you can hear how all these ideas work in full flow. So that's just a brief glimpse of some of the refinements that you can introduce into your finger picking to help make it sound a little more sophisticated. In the next lesson, we'll explore the basics of how Travis picking is adapted to use in rockabilly music. If you found this little lesson interesting, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment, and do feel free to share the video with a friend. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please click on the link to the Secret Guitar Teacher site and take a free look round at what's available there. See you again soon.